Why do truckers tailgate other vehicles? Let's ramble about it. Welcome to Shep Rambles, where I am Shep and I tend to ramble. About what? Get out and look! Truck drivers, also known as professional drivers. Some of them act like professionals. They keep their following distance, they obey the road signs, and they follow the rules of the road. They do their best to represent their company in a positive way. But then there are super truckers, those that don't act like professionals. They give truckers a bad name, a bad image, and bad representation. I myself am a truck driver, and I try to do the best I can on the road. I treat it like any professional job that I've held in the past. Something I see a lot of on the road are truckers tailgating other vehicles. Even other truckers. Not only is this disrespectful, but it is dangerous and it's unnecessary. For those of you who watch my Killer Awesome Trucking series, you may have seen all these tailgaters in my POV drives. Pileups and accidents have happened as a result of this stupid act by so-called professional drivers. If you do the math, you aren't saving that much time, and the risk isn't worth it. But some of these drivers are blinded by greed because they gotta make that money, and if their wheels aren't turning, they aren't earning. What the heck goes through their head, and why do they feel justified and entitled by doing something so dangerous and putting other drivers at risk on the road? We'll talk about that right after this message from our sponsor.
Well, I'm glad my toilet's clean. What do you think?
It's dirty.
It is not
Dirty.
Maybe what you need is toilet bowl. You get my meaning? You bet your booty, boss. Ooh.
Toilet Bowl brand toilet cleaner. You can bet your booty on it. I managed to find an article by a trucker who might be able to help us understand the actions of these tailgating truckers. Let's see what he has to say. In this article, he has a disclaimer stating that tailgating isn't okay, and he's talking about being approximately 2 to 3 lengths back, not riding another vehicle's bumper. And it's not just truckers tailgating cars, it's truckers tailgating other truckers, which is even more dangerous because truckers know that you can't stop a tractor trailer or a semi-truck like a car. They're not built the same. So truckers should know that tailgating another trucker is even more dangerous than tailgating a car. But then he also says that the tailgating is not to be close, but just close enough to wake the other driver up. Oh, that sounds professional. He says in this article that there are people that feel that trucks should have a 6 to 7 second following distance. Yeah, I'm one of them. I keep that amount of distance, and I think other trucks should be doing it too. It's safer. You've got room to be able to stop. He continues, now I'm not trying to say that a 3 to 4 second following distance is safer than a 6 to 7 second distance, but have you ever actually tried to follow someone at 6 to 7 seconds? It's a long stinking distance. No, it's not. Get over it. You act like you're going to be 2 hours late to your delivery because you are just an additional 3 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. Hello? 3 seconds. 3 seconds more. No, sorry. You're not losing a lot of time. He says in this article that a 6 to 7 second distance isn't even possible at times. Well, okay, so if traffic is stopped or going really, really slow, okay, well, that makes sense. That 6 to 7 seconds is based on your speed. It's based on the length of your vehicle plus speed. He says here he got into an argument with a teacher that we should be leaving a 6 to 7 second following distance. He asked her if she'd ever been in Dallas. Okay, well, Dallas is not the only place, dude. And he said, as soon as you open up a spot between you and the car in front of you, someone jumps into it and you're back where you started. So back off! It's not that hard. I do it. Once again, you're acting like you're going to be 2 hours late to your delivery. If it's that bad, you're not planning your trip very well. The teacher responded saying that a trucker should go 5 miles per hour slower when in traffic. That way, as soon as the passing car gets in front of you, they'll open a 6 to 7 second following distance. I agree with that. I have done that and I've seen it. So if the speed limit is 65, if I'm going 60, heck, if I'm even going 55, which I've done before, which gets you better gas mileage, those truckers that are passing me by the time they get in front of me, they're gone. I don't have to worry about backing off because they're gone. He says the fact is that there are times when a trucker needs to or is forced to tailgate. You don't need to tailgate. Stop trying to justify something that's dangerous. All right, so he's got 4 reasons why truckers are tailgating other vehicles. So let's take a look at them. Drivers going under the speed limit. I hear this on the CB every now and then. Sometimes it pisses me off and I just turn the CB off. But there are truckers that like, you need to drive the speed limit. The speed limit is a limit. It doesn't say required speed. It doesn't say suggested speed. It says speed limit. That means maximum speed. You don't go past that maximum speed. But these super truckers don't seem to know English. Some of them think you're supposed to drive that exact speed. Well, I'll tell you something. A lot of the truckers that I see are going over that speed limit. So no, they don't think speed limit is the required speed. They think the speed limit is,
oh, that's just a suggested speed.
You can go 5, 10, 15, even 20 miles per hour past that speed limit. Because, hey, if you're important and you're running late, best everyone get out of the way because you're justified of going 20 miles per hour over that speed limit. He says here, I know this might be a shock to some of you four-wheeler drivers, but even the truckers who love their job don't do it for giggles. They do it to get paid. I don't know, I do it for laughs. Why not? Well, okay, I do need to get paid too, but oh my goodness, I don't have to get that money.
Get that money!
The vast majority of us over-the-roaders don't even get paid unless we're moving down the road. So there you go. They think they're justified because if they're not moving, they're not earning. So he says here in this article, so when some safety-conscious do-gooders decide to go under the speed limit, well, you're affecting our paychecks. Then he talks about vehicles who aren't able to get up to the speed limit.
And he's like, well, if that's the case, that piece of crap shouldn't be on the road. In either case, you're holding up progress.
You know what? Some people may not be able to afford a really good vehicle. They have to get a cheap vehicle in order to get to work to maybe get something a little better. Hello, did you think about that? No, obviously not. You're still tailgating. And then he says here, my feeling on this is that if you're going slower than the speed limit and you don't have a dang good excuse for it, you shouldn't be surprised when you are tailgated.
I've got crap to do, appointments to be made, and an evil overlord to appease come payday. So when I get close to your bumper than you're comfortable with, you can fix that by getting the heck out of my way.
Then he continues here in regards to the whole speed limit thing and going slower. Yeah, the speed limit is the limit, but just because you can go slower doesn't mean that you should. According to who? You? What did you do, make the rules of the road? And he says, you know how angry you get when you're in a hurry to make it on work on time? Well, welcome to the life of a trucker.
We don't drive these big rigs for pleasure, you know. We have a job to do.
Why don't you enjoy the drive? Oh my word. That's why I got into trucking. I want to go out there and I want to enjoy the drive. The money comes with it. What's your problem? Reason number 2, wishy-washy drivers. For us truckers, the only thing more frustrating than a slow driver is a driver who can't make up their dad-blame mind. As any trucker can attest to, this goes for truckers as well as four-wheelers. So he goes on stating that there are truckers that can't decide what speed they're going to go. Are they going to go 65? Are they going to go 50? Are they going to go 55? Okay, I get it. That I understand. But the reason why I understand that is because I'm trying to keep my following distance. And it's hard for me to be able to judge, should I pass this vehicle? Should I just keep my distance? I can't tell what this other vehicle is doing. Now, just because the vehicle in front of me can't decide what speed they're going, it doesn't mean that I drive up to their bumper to give them a signal that they better figure it out. I don't know what's going on with this vehicle. Maybe his cruise control doesn't work. Maybe he's having a little bit of problems with his truck. Maybe his foot hurts. Whatever the case is, I back off. I give him space. I give him a little bit of time to see if, okay, what speed are you going to drive? If he is going to drive slower, I'll just move around. What irritates me is when they finally speed up, and then I can't get around them. So I back off, get behind. Most of the time, they keep going. But then there are other ones that decide to slow down again. He believes that 90% of the time, the reason why the speed is going back and forth is because they're busy playing around with their phone or something else. Well, okay, he may have a point. So he says here, as you can see, the first 2 reasons truckers tailgate is simply to bring the driver back to reality and to wake them up. Yep, there you go. That's a professional reason to go ahead and tailgate another vehicle, to wake them up. Gee, what could go wrong? Reason number 3, preparing to pass. For you brainiacs out there who haven't thought of this, a truck takes a lot longer to get up to speed than a car does. When a car wants to pass another vehicle, they just mash the gas pedal to the floor and they're around a 70-foot truck in less time than it takes. He even goes on to say that if someone's trying to pass you, you should slow down. Hey, in most cases, I don't have a choice, because the minute they pull in front of me, it's too close. I gotta back off. And then reason number 4, the trucker is a jerk. Okay, yep, I agree with that one. And so he goes on to ask some questions, which are the very questions that I'm asking when you're tailgating a vehicle too close, whether you're on their bumper or whether you're not keeping proper following distance. Sorry, 3 seconds isn't enough. Oh my goodness, my load's gonna be late.
Oh no, I gotta get this done as quickly as possible so I can get that next load.
Because if my wheels aren't turning, I'm not earning.
So, what are your thoughts about all this? Do you agree with these super truckers? Or do you think they're just bona fide idiots that should just get off the road before they hurt someone? Let me know in the comments down below. And oh my goodness, this is gonna get brutal. And hey, if you're new here, consider subscribing and being a part of our KILR community. Ring that notification bell so that way you get notified of future rambling content. Thanks for watching, and have a killer awesome day.